today is going to be really fun because what we all really want in wrestling is that killer grip to where we can just grab our opponent and just control them however we want to. But something we're all forgetting, well, not all of us, that's why I'm here for you today, is that a lot of us work on gripping. So you can always hang on a bar, you can hang on a pole, you can do your grippers, you can, do hand fighting with, at wrestling practice. You can do all of those things, but all of those involve gripping the fingers in. Nothing wrong with that. We need the massive grip, but something a lot of times when you walk off your mat with your, your swollen forearms that you're just like cramping all over because you're using your wrist so much, is that we're pushing nonstop in wrestling. So we're not just grabbing and pulling in with our wrist muscles, but we're also using these joints right here to push. So when we're wrestling, we're nonstop pushing, pushing, pushing. Even on the ground, when you're on the ground, you're pushing up with your hands. So that right there works those forearm muscles that we don't necessarily work on all the time when we think of your grip, your grip strength. So today we're going to work on flexibility and really building strength and functional movement when we're in those open wrist positions, so I can teach you guys how to build some more, some functional strength and flexibility in those forearms, not just grip strength. So whenever you're ready, I'll meet you on your mat. Okay, you're nice and warmed up. Let's keep that heat going. Find a tabletop. I'll meet you there whenever you're ready. So we're just going to take our time, kind of warm up a little bit. So we got the heat going. Now we just want to kind of get some blood flow into the wrist before we really start putting some weight onto it. So let's inhale, come into our cow. And then exhale into your cat. Strong fingers. Inhale, drop the chest down, look up high. We're just waking up the midsection. Exhale, curl. One more inhale. And exhale, curl. Inhale, drop back to neutral spine. Let's rotate the arms. Let's exhale, curl. Send the back high. Tuck the chin in. Inhale, drop the stomach. Look high. Feel the stretch in the forearms. Exhale, curl. Two more. Inhale, drop the stomach. Lengthen the throat. Exhale, curl. And let's hold here. Big inhales, you broaden your back. Exhales, you lift your back a little bit taller. Staying here for 2 more breaths. Let's bring some activation to the fingers. So you're nice and opened up forearms. Let's activate those hands, engaging those forearm muscles for 1 more exhale. And then inhale, come up. Drop the stomach, look up. Stay here, 2 breaths. Activating the fingers. So we're not just relaxing our hands, we're pushing down with the fingertips, gripping in. Find 1 more big inhale. And then as you exhale, rotate your hands back. And let's add some movement now. Let's inhale, rock forward. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, back. 1 more inhale, forward. Let's stay here, exhaling. Inhale. Exhale back to the center. Rotate your hands outward, pointing the fingertips outward. We're just going to rock left and right, keeping the core engaged, steady tabletop. But we're still just stretching the wrist one at a time. If you are able to, bring your hands together a little bit closer. So here we got a little bit closer, you can bring the forearms together and just kind of massage them as you rock left and right. Going 1 more both sides. And rotating them back to the front. We're going to come up into our tabletop, curling the toes, come into the tabletop. So let's just grip down at the get-go, find that strength. So here, let's go 1 at a time. Bring your weight to your left hand and pick up the right hand onto the joints right where the fingers start, that joint. And then drop to the right side, pick up your left. Exhale, drop left. Inhale, pick up your right. Exhale, lower. Inhale, pick up your left. Exhale, lower, pick up your right. Exhale, lower, pick up your left. Last one. Exhale, drop it down. Let's send the hips to the sky, down dog. Pedal out the feet, maybe your abs, your hips. Feel a little bit of heat build up right there. And let's walk the feet to the top of the mat, meeting your hands. And we're gonna heel toe your feet a little bit wider than your mat, pointing your toes outward. And let's squat down to a full yogi squat. Get a little hip release while we're in here. So lift up the chest, maybe drop the head a little bit forward, creating that long spine. Feeling good here. So this is the nice form for a full yogi squat. So let's pick up the hips, and we're gonna bring this part of the forearm underneath the crease of the knee. So wrap it underneath, and then sit right back down. So first, let's do waves with the fingers. Going both ways. And then open fist, closed fist, maybe about 3 or 4. And then closed fist, big circles, going both directions. Ah, this feels so good. This is something you do after a big long tournament, or a nice little 2-a-day practice where your forearms are beat up. This is a nice massage. Now go to the middle of the forearm, right in the middle. Start with rolls, waves, going both directions, lifting up the chest. Open fist, closed fist. And then closed fist rolling around both directions. Nice, let's shake it out. One last one. We're coming up more to the wrist now, closer to the hand. Pick up, drop it under. Waves first. Oh, feels good. It's a little bit harder. Both directions. Open fist, closed fist. Feeling those tendons and muscles just get massaged. And then rolling around, closed fist. Oh, this one feels great. And then shake it out. Bring your hands back down to the mat. Lift up your hips, and let's fall into an exhale, forward fold. Maybe grab your elbows, just swing left and right. Give your hips a little breather after being there for so long. Shake out the head, yes and no. Let's bring the hands to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, pedal out the feet. So again, get the blood flow back into the hips. Shake left and right if you need to here, before we start really picking up the pace. Picking up the heat. Great, find one more inhale here, still long spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale one more time, halfway lift, long spine. And exhale, step or jump back into a chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Great, let's find one breath here in down dog. Letting out an exhale out the mouth. And let's inhale, roll into a plank. Nice, strong fingers. So widen out your hands here. Really feel that grip down. And whenever you're ready, let's inhale, rock forward. Exhale, rocking back. Inhale, rocking forward. Exhale, back. 3 more, feeling the wrist stretch. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Last one, we're going to inhale forward, stay here, bring your shoulders as far forward as you can. Feel the shoulder burn while you're at it. Activate those fingers, grip them down to the ground. Again, this is functional flexibility. Engage here. Steady breath. 2 more full breaths here. Come on, you got this. Steady hands, steady fingers. 1 more inhale. And then exhale, down dog. Great. Find 2 breaths here. Shake out the hips maybe. Find a still down dog. Long spine. Swing the hips towards the ceiling. Nice, active, wide fingers. Always active. Always gripping down. Again, it's not always about the curling fingers and grip strength, but the pushing away strength of the hand, the forearm muscles. 1 more exhale here, out the mouth. Inhale, roll into a plank again. Now, if you feel comfortable, you can rotate your hands like I'm going to. If not, repeat what we just did last sequence. But I would prefer if you rotate your fingers towards you. Oh, that's beautiful. Let's inhale, rock forward. Exhale, back. Ooh, that feels good. Strong fingers. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale back, keep the hips up, core engaged, don't slouch. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Maybe you can scoot your feet back more, get the stretch in the wrist, push through, engage the fingers and the hands, all parts of the hands pushing down the mat, keeping the core engaged, steady breath. Just breathing. 2 more breaths. On your next inhale, rotate the hands back. Oh, that feels good. And exhale, down dog. Now I feel the heat build up in my forearms. You should too. Wiggling out the fingers and planting the fingers down, gripping the mat in, pushing those hips away. Let's find a couple breaths here. Lengthening. Finding your breath. Just checking in with how it feels. So let's find one more inhale here. And exhale out the mouth. Let's jumper step to the top of the mat as you inhale. And then halfway lift. Exhale, forward. Inhale, halfway lift. We're bringing our hands flat on the ground here. So here, this is going to be different for all of us. I'm going to scoot towards the middle. We got this. Wide fingers on the mat, all parts of the hand on the ground. So we're going to pick up our toes. Come, bring some more weight onto the hands. Activate those fingers. So right now I have about 20 pounds onto my hands. I can lean forward, make it about 40 or 50. Maybe you stop here. Activate those fingers, grip them down, remember that. Maybe we bring the knees to the triceps. Steady breath. Maybe you curl in one foot. Really putting some weight on those wrists now. If it's too intense, back up a little bit. Maybe you drop that foot, pick up the other foot. Steady breath. Maybe you bring both feet up. Maybe try it. Let's hold here 3 breaths. Yes, crane pose. Let's see if you can get it. Functional flexibility. Find that strength while you're rotating the wrist out. Feeling the stretch. One more inhale. And then maybe you can exhale into a chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Open the heart up. Exhale, down dog. Wonderful. Feel that heat build up in your hands. It feels great. Just enjoying this down dog. Using down dogs as a relaxation pose. Decompression pose. Just breathing. One more exhale out the mouth. Let's do one more. Inhale, jumper step to the top of the mat. Halfway lift up. Exhale, forward. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. And exhale, hands flat. Same thing again. Grip the hands down. Strong fingers. Step the toes about 8 to 10 inches away from the hands. Come up onto the tippy toes. Lean into the hands. Your knees, wrap your triceps. Maybe pull in, engage the abs. You might bend your elbows down here if it's more comfortable. This is a less stretch on the wrist. I would prefer you stay straight arm into a crane pose. But if you want to try crow pose, maybe just for 2 breaths, pick up your feet. Strong hands still. I teach you how to use those muscles in the middle joints of the fingers and the hands. 2 more breaths, core engaged, strong fingers. 1 more inhale, and then exhale into that chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, open up. Exhale, down dog. Whew, feeling it, breathing here, opening up, finding that length. Taking a breath here. Wiggle out those fingers, maybe that feels good. Embracing that burn in the wrist. And just getting things to it. On your next inhale, let's roll into a plank. Come on, we got this. Let's find a couple breaths here, grounding down. We're gonna put them all together here and then add something onto the end. So let's inhale, roll forward. Exhale, roll back. Inhale forward, enough to where your shoulders go above your hands. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Rotate the hands around. Fingers pointing towards your feet now. One of the harder parts. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. And exhale back. Stay here. Engage the fingers. We're going to do scapular push-ups. So let's exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. One more, exhale down. Inhale up. Nice, rotate the hands back. Breathing on your next exhale, it's into a down dog. Wonderful. Just shaking the hips out. Let's walk the feet to the hands again. Coming to the top of the mat, heel toe your way out. Again, let's come to the middle part. Full yogi squat. Let's massage them out. Oh, that feels so good. Waves both ways. Open fist, closed fist. And closed fist, rolling both directions. Shake it out. Let's go closer to the wrist this time. Waves with the fingers. Both ways. Big fist, closed fist. We're almost done. Circles with the hands. Nice. Let's sit the butt back onto the butt. Just do some regular wrist rolls here. Going both directions. See how that feels without it. So now, when it comes to functional flexibility, close the fist also and roll around. When it comes to functional flexibility, you want to build functionality when you're in those flexibility spots. So right now, we're going to come back after we get some blood flow back into the wrists. We're nice and warmed up, we got the blood flow going. So if you feel good, maybe you have to pause the video, maybe you don't, bring the hands down. We're going to start on a tabletop. So this, we only have about a few minutes left for this video, but this is something you can do at home when you're not on video, during wrestling practice, wherever, it doesn't matter. It's building strength in those hands. You'll feel the burn here. So usually when we're gripping in, what we usually do in our wrestling, we curl in, that's the top part. So we're not necessarily pulling back the wrists at all. We don't need those muscles, but we need the muscles underneath. So that comes from pushing. So when you're non-stop pushing, you want those muscles to be strong. So let's find a tabletop with these joints right here, lifting up as you inhale. Exhale, lowering down slowly. Inhale up. Exhale down. It's really hard. Inhale up. Exhale down. If these are too hard, come closer to the knees so you can take more weight off the hands. Inhale up. Exhale down. If it's too easy, you rock forward, which makes this really hard. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Yeah, it's tough. Exhale down. Let's do 3 more together. My happy medium's right here. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Awesome. Let's do some circles in the hands here. Just get the blood flow going. Go both directions. Ah, feels good. And let's rotate the hand to the bottom. So right here, straighten out the arm, rotate the eye of the elbow forward. Maybe you do one at a time. Just see how it feels. So naturally, your arm will want to go outward on you. So what we're doing here, if you have to, again, bring the hands closer to the knees so you have less weight on your hands. Pull them down, straighten them out, and wrap the eyes of the elbows forward. And once you do that, you can exhale lower if you want. Inhale forward. Exhale lower. Inhale forward. So now we can get in those more strenuous stretches because we're actually loosened up. We got heat going, we got blood flow going, we got activation. To where now we can really get into the nitty gritty and work on those flexibility. So let's check out the hands there and find a final position to where you can find a final stretch. So let's rotate the fingers towards the hands. Maybe you walk the hands away. Maybe you drop back a little bit. And as soon as the palms of the hands start coming up, that's where you stop. Engage the fingers, push the mat down, and you might lower a little bit more. Stay here, let's find 5 breaths. So really finding that point where your happy spot is, where you're comfortably uncomfortable. We're not forcing anything. That's how injuries happen. We're just breathing. Let's inhale forward. Shake it out. Rotate the fingers back. And let's stretch it the other way. Let's rock forward. Maybe you can rock forward a lot. Yes, 5 breaths here. Strong fingers, grip the ground down. Just feeling your wrist open up and getting comfortable in these positions. 2 more breaths. Shaking's good. And come back up. After that, it really comes down to just hand stretches. So you can grab the opposite hands, you can get creative, you can stretch them outward, you can stretch them inward, you can do individual finger stretches. It doesn't matter. From there, you can take as much as you want. But remember, when you're working on your flexibility, warm up first. That's why we do these warm-ups before the flow. And once you're flowing, you're getting your blood going, you're getting your breath going, then you can stretch your muscle fascia, maybe past its point. So your 100% becomes 105. It doesn't matter. But I hope that was good today. Your wrists, definitely important in wrestling. So do this video as much as you can. It'll definitely help you. Until next video, namaste.